late into the night, 2:30 Eastern, right? 11:30 Pacific. One of the good things about Pacific time zone, right? Lakers win. They hold off the Orlando Magic. And then you're like, oh, James Harden got traded to the Clippers. Get to trade. So I'll give you my thoughts, and then we'll welcome in Ric Bucher. I want to talk about the rest of the league as well. I hate the holding a team hostage for one spot. I do think that the Clippers walking away from the table probably saved them. Remember, early in the week, they're like, we're not going to negotiate for now. Well, remember, they held on to Trey Mann, held on to Norman Powell. Those two guys will play a lot. Probably, truth be told, should be starters ahead of like a Russell Westbrook or a James Harden, one of those two, not both. But they end up trading essentially everything but their starters and Trey Mann, Norman Powell, and they get James Harden return. I don't like when a guy holds a team hostage for one landing spot. I'm not a huge Harden guy, especially in the playoffs. He doesn't play defense, but they don't have to give him a new contract. It's the last year of his
first pitch, 8 Eastern.
So he's in the last year of his deal. And although they need him to play some defense, the rest of the team is pretty well built to play defense without him. He doesn't have to be their best player or even their second best player, maybe even their third best player on offense. Like, I like all of these things considering where he is at his age. I kind of, and he's coached by a guy who, like, if he can't play for Ty Lue, he can't play for anybody. And Ty Lue's a good coach that everybody in the league's like, he respects that guy. I kind of like it. Ric Bucher joins us. Buch, again, we've known each other long enough. If you hate it, you can tell me. What do you think of the trade?
I don't hate it. It's something that needed to happen. As I look at it, it's something that we've all been waiting, right? It's been known for months. Harden wanted to go to the Clippers. He wanted out of Philly. Clippers were at least interested enough not to close that door. So kind of felt like, can we please just get this done? Because it doesn't seem like anything else is going to get this to happen. So let's just do it. And so they did. But in looking at it now, there's no resolution here, because does it make Philadelphia better? And better by means, does it make them better so that Joel Embiid will stop talking about going someplace else? Does it make them more capable of getting out of the second round? I don't know that it does any of that, but it does give Daryl Morey assets to be able to make yet another move. That's why I feel like there is no real resolution with this. And on the Clippers end of things, it's really a matter of, okay, they knew they weren't good enough as is, so why not take a swing at James Harden? They're not. The one thing I don't like is the draft capital that they've further mortgaged their future. But I get why in the present they said we're not good enough to even dream of being in the conference finals or the finals. Like, let's take a swing. But the other shoe to drop is Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, James Harden, Russell Westbrook, all potential free agents this summer. So it's really about, like, where do they go with this, and is it good enough that they or the players that I just mentioned are interested in coming back to the Clippers? I don't think in the big picture, I don't think this move changes the power structure of the NBA in some significant way. It doesn't shift, like, who I think is going to be in either conference final. But it makes both of these teams feel a little bit better for the present, but the real answer as to what this deal means is still to be determined.
Okay. I would say, and I don't know if this is not fair, I feel like the Celtics look like the most improved team based upon their offseason moves. I know it's a small sample size.
Yeah.
Is that the team that you would pick out that looks the most improved based upon their offseason moves?
Certainly, if we're looking at off-season moves, without question. I'm a big Marcus Smart fan, but Drew Holiday is more of what the Celtics need. Kristaps Porzingis at this point looks to be everything that they could hope. He's sneaky good as a shot blocker when he's engaged, and he's a much better spacer and offensive threat than Robert Williams. So they upgraded on both of those fronts. My big question about the Boston Celtics has nothing to do with a little bit to do with Jason Tatum and whether he can step up when is needed most. Can he be the best player on a championship team? But my bigger question is just Joe Mazzulla. Is he up to the task of being given this one of the richest, most full toolboxes in the league? Can he utilize that to win a championship? That's the big question that I have. And no matter how much upgrade they do on the roster, there's still that question to be answered.
It's Doug Gottlieb Show here on Fox Sports Radio. What do you think about the Lakers so far?
I think last year was a really good run, and I know everybody was excited about the additions, but I've had questions about the additions from the start, and I feel as if those questions are being validated. There's two parts here. One, no one wants to really acknowledge that LeBron and AD are what they are, which is, for me, not in the top 6 or 7 star duos in the league.
Correct.
I find 6 or 7 better than that star duo.
Let's go through it real quick for people who don't understand. Right, Lillard and Giannis.
Sure.
Okay. Jamal Murray and Jokic.
Sure.
Okay. Do you want to do Tatum and Brown?
Sure.
Okay. Who are we? Are we doing a Warriors duo?
Suns.
Suns. You got a trio, but I mean, I guess Booker and Durant. Huh?
Booker, yeah. Take your pick.
Okay.
But I'd probably say Booker, Durant. To me, that's the other thing. And not to get sidetracked here, but Devin Booker to me is without question the best player on that team. He's going to be the decision maker.
Paul George and Kawhi.
What's that?
Paul George and Kawhi.
I would. Yeah, God, it's a little. Let's put them to the side
Because of injuries.
Embiid and Maxey. Yeah, just because I don't know their availability.
Okay, Embiid and Maxey.
Pure talent. Both of those guys, when available, yes, without question, they're ahead of them.
I mean, LeBron's been hurt the last 5 years too, and so is Anthony Davis is always hurt. So I mean, it's like we're.
I'm trying to be as gracious as I can.
Okay. I'm just making sure we get everybody. Fox and Sabonis. Are we willing to put them there or not yet?
Let's not do that yet. I would give AD and LeBron the edge in experience.
Okay. Who else am I missing? I got Celtics. I got Bucks. I have. Did you do Warriors or no?
I did not do Warriors, but however you want to slice that up, Steph and Wiggins.
Yep.
Steph and Draymond, whoever you want to put in the second position.
Yeah. Okay, we did Clippers. Luka, Kyrie. What about is the Thunder better than the Lakers?
Man, are they better? Yes, they're better. Like, who's the top 2? Take Gilgeous-Alexander and like that's where.
What if I said this? We're witnessing a passing of the guard in the NBA, and we're not going to know it until maybe the end of the year.
No, I think most people won't know it till the end of the year.
Right.
I think anybody who pays attention sees it. And this is the biggest issue that I see with their team, and we've already seen it. And people are going to kill Darvin Ham, but so you add Jackson Hayes and Christian Wood, and you re-sign Rui Hachimura. Those are all 4s and 5s. AD and LeBron have to play 4 and 5. You can't play either one of those guys at anywhere else. You can't play any of the guys that I just mentioned. You cannot play at the 3. You're going to get torched. And so people are wondering, like, why is LeBron not playing more minutes, or why they like? how do you get all those other pieces on the floor if you play him more than 30 minutes? And the bottom line is LeBron is he's still your best go-to guy at 39 years old. And I give him all the credit in the world that he's finding ways to still see his opportunities. But teams are not like teams. I'm amazed at how far we've come where teams aren't worried about who's matched up on LeBron. They're not worried about doubling him. They're like, yeah, we'll take our chances. We'll let him go. And there's just no fear factor. It is stark. I mean, it's startling. And so, I hate doing this because what he's doing at 39
is amazing. It's amazing, but people, they don't want to contextualize it. You're like, that means you think, and I will say Sacramento did double him a bunch, but still, I mean, it's still the idea that at 39 he's awesome, but he's not one of the top 10 players in the NBA.
Right.
Right?
And
nor should he be expected to be.
Right.
I think that the missing part of the discussion is that there's a little Peter principle there with Austin Reeves, where we all love Austin Reeves as undrafted. We all loved Austin Reeves last year when he kind of carried them before AD got back and until they were healthy. But Austin Reeves, like again, you compare if the third best player, right? If the third best player on the Suns is Brad Beal, and Brad Beal or Austin Reeves, like it ain't close.
No.
Drew Holiday or Austin Reeves, it ain't close.
Yeah, I took a big whiff on this because I predicted preseason Austin Reeves was my pick for most improved because I saw what he did with Team USA, and I thought, you know what, his role's going to expand, and his numbers are going to go up, and that's not so much that he would be the most improved because I don't think he has that much room to grow, but I thought his numbers would go up, and that's always a statistical award. People just look at, what a guy did the year before and what they did the following year. And if the numbers go up, well, he must be better. And so I thought that's how he would win it. But what I've seen is people have now scouted him. No.
I'll tell you the two biggest. Listen. I'll give you something. Okay.
Yeah.
The two biggest moves in basketball. One, 18 inches between assistant coach and head coach, and two, the 3 inches between the bottom and the top of the scouting report.
Yeah.
You move up in the scouting report, it's a completely different sport. Like people don't realize you're a sixth man, you're going against backups.
Yep.
Right? You're a starter, you're on a wing. Yep. It's like you said, like LeBron ain't guarding the best player anymore. Right. Like you got to play both ends.
Right. And, not to like, yes, the Kings doubled him at times, but there were times where they didn't in need situations. They were like, we're going to stay home on everybody, part of it was depending on where LeBron got the ball. But it wasn't, there was a day where, God, you immediately, the only reason you didn't double him is because he was going to kill you with the pass. And I just, I see him playing a lot of steady quarterback now, where he's a steady quarterback when you played in the streets, that was the one guy who just stood in the back and he tried to find somebody. LeBron used to be, I'm going to beat people off the move and then find whatever's going on. It's different. And it's natural. The striking thing for me is like how the Lakers are still so dependent on a 39-year-old LeBron to get it done. And looking around the league, like it's just not realistic. All these guys are coming in their 20s, are on the way up, and he's trying to hold on to something that he once was. And look, there's no shame in any of that. It's just, with Laker Nation, it's always like, look who we got. We're on our way to a championship, and it's like, yeah, you're probably going to blame the ancillary guys. Gabe Vincent isn't hitting threes, et cetera, But the heart of it is you don't get consistency out of AD, and LeBron just can't do everything that he used to be able to do.
It's Doug Gottlieb Show here on Fox Sports Radio. That's the voice of Ric Bucher. Bucher, great stuff as always. Thanks so much for joining us.
My pleasure, Doug.
All right, that's Ric Bucher, foxsports.com.